मेरी उन तमाम दोस्तों से गुजारिश है कि जिन्होंने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है वो चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आने वाली तमाम वीडियोस आप तक पहुंच सके। थैंक यू।
Television's prime is over full stop. News channels that is full stop, but in Pakistan, comma, like many other truths, comma, an artificial ecosystem keeps it alive, comma, as it does other industries, full stop. However, comma, the reality escapes everyone, full stop. For artificial resuscitation has everyone who wants to be fooled in a state of denial, full stop. Consider an interview that made waves last week, full stop. Someone who was missing suddenly appeared at someone's home, comma, gave an interview and disappeared again, full stop. I say disappear because gossip aside, comma, there is no real information on where he is, full stop. Information that would be provided either by the man himself or by a credible platform, full stop. He could be home or not, full stop. What do we know, question mark? As the cult television program X-Files once said, comma, the truth is out there, full stop. But as an aside, comma, the series also taught me that in the absence of an official and credible view, comma, a conspiracy theory is easy to believe, full stop. New para. Once the interview was aired, comma, its content predictably made it to the headlines, comma, sensational as it was, full stop. However, comma, the reaction to it away from the screen was not as one-sided as it appeared to those watching television, full stop. But then, comma, such is the universe of electronic media that it sometimes can exist without colliding with the world of plebeians at all, full stop. And this is why I fear, comma, its age is over, full stop. There is a second concern for those of us who entered this profession when it was less glitzy and work meant writing and weighing words, comma, rather than just pontificating out loud, full stop. It didn't matter if the hair and skin were greasy, comma, but the words never were, full stop. This lament for the past is a personal one, comma, and a silent one, full stop. Silent because it might just be heard by no one, full stop. But I do know that silently many others also weep for journalism's loss, full stop. The loss of the role we thought we were meant to play by speaking for the weak and the vulnerable, full stop, and not simply become handmaidens of the powerful, full stop. New para, but in our transition from ugly newsrooms lit up by tube lights to studios dominated by lights and cameras, comma, we now worship at the altar of the influential, which more often than not is built upon the crushed bodies of the weak and the vulnerable, full stop. And in the process, we have lost not just our purpose, but also our soul, full stop. In recent years, it has been our infamous achievement to have broadcast the interview of a man who belonged to an organization banned by the state of Pakistan for being a terrorist outfit, full stop. In the same manner in which at times politicians and government officials are interviewed, full stop, new para. How was it ensured that he was not glorified, question mark? And why did it have to be an hour-long interview rather than simply run as a news item, question mark? Did anyone ask how those whose loved ones died in attacks carried out by his organization feel when they saw him on television, question mark? No one asked these questions, full stop. Not even us journalists, full stop. We never bothered unpacking that moment, for ourselves and our future, full stop. But our shame didn't end here, full stop. We have run video confessions of a man condemned to death, full stop. Why he decided to suddenly confess to his crimes from his death cell on a camera still remains unknown, full stop. Who brought that camera to his cell and recorded the statement never came to light, full stop. And an investigation ordered into it by the caretaker interior minister, who was then holding the same portfolio in Balochistan, was handed to a committee that was later dissolved, full stop, new para. However, regardless of what the powerful did, the media, a world which has replaced the far smaller and more ethical press we were once a part of, ran it with very little debate on the ethics of running a confession of a prisoner, full stop. In that moment, Saulat Mirza, a convicted murderer, was a victim because those with power over him could well have coerced him into giving that interview, full stop. But in Pakistan and for its journalists, victims have rights only if they are deemed Mazloom enough or innocent enough, full stop. If the victim is unpalatable, rights don't matter, full stop. From here onwards, it didn't take us very long to journey to interviews of people who are allegedly to have taken part in financial crimes of politicians. And now the politicians themselves, full stop. And if we think it will stop here, we are living in la la land, full stop. It will be the journalists next, full stop, and those who own the channels, full stop. If one was arrested a few years ago, the next time around, he or she might be convinced to confess their sins, full stop, new para. So speak we must, full stop, not for the terrorist, or the murderer or the politician, but the fear that one day we too end up in their place, coerced into confessing our sins, imagined and real, full stop. Perhaps this is also a moment for journalist organizations to step up, full stop. Instead of blaming media owners or hobnobbing with information ministers, could not discussions at least be held on the ethics of such interviews, question mark. Sometimes, it is important to simply state the obvious and condemn the condemnable, so that those who come after us know we tried to do the little we could, full stop. It may not have been enough, but at least we didn't capitulate entirely, full stop. An abject surrender cannot and should not be the only legacy, full stop, especially because it appears many among us do not even understand the difference between good and bad journalism, full stop. New para, and this perhaps is the reason why those who watch and read us are losing their faith in journalism, full stop. As with much else in this society, the survival of the media will depend not on the artificial ecosystem, but the faith of the people of Pakistan, full stop. Eventually, money and power can and will continue to change hands, but trust is not this easily lost and found, full stop.